In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be taking you through how to do a sumo squat with a dumbbell, but of course you can swap out the dumbbell for a kettlebell if you would prefer to. So firstly, the difference between a normal squat is generally the feet are just a little bit wider than hip width apart, whereas with the sumo squat, we are a lot wider and we also turn the feet out a little bit more than our usual squat position. What I want you to do is really pay attention to what is lowering you down when you begin to pick up the dumbbell. So for example, if I show you this side on, what I see a lot of people do when they're in their sumo squat position is they do what's called a hip hinge. So they come into this position, right? Now, if I pick up the dumbbell from this position, I've got a lot of lower back going on, a lot of people round the back as well. It's not what we want to be doing to get the emphasis on our leg muscles, especially if you're looking to work the inner thighs, the glutes, and also your quads as well. So what I want you to do is imagine the dumbbell is directly in the middle of both of my feet. So for me to be able to get my hands onto that dumbbell and utilize the leg muscles as much as possible and keep my lower back out of the exercise, I'm going to bend my knees and bring my bum back. From here, I'm lowering by bending my knees and not by creating a hip hinge. So I'm coming down. As soon as I feel I'm in the position to grab that dumbbell, I'm coming up, big squeeze of the glutes at the top of the motion, coming back down. I'm trying to keep nice and upright at all times with my upper body. I'm not coming into a position where I start looking at the floor. I'm always looking ahead. I come down, back up, down, back up. Let's say, for example, you're doing that exercise and you think, I can't come all the way down. When I start coming to the bottom of the motion, I actually end up rounding my back, or I end up using other muscles like that hip hinge. What we can do is we could do partial repetitions. So you come into the same setup, you come down, you might start off with the dumbbell at the top rather than the bottom, and you just come down to where it's comfortable. Let's say, for example, you got to here, and then the rest of the motion to be able to get lower because of hip mobility, you ended up doing this. Just come to where you feel is comfortable. You don't have to come to the floor. You can come to a position where you feel the legs are working, but you've not got that lower back working. Once you're done, lower the weight under control, and that is how to do a sumo squat. So, from a front on position, feet really wide, feet turned out. From here, using the legs to pick up the dumbbell or kettlebell that you're using and try to return back to the floor, whilst also making sure you're only using the legs and not hip hinging. That's how to do a sumo squat. You'd repeat that for your desired amount of sets and repetitions.